Are you looking to grow your business and increase your brand visibility? Become a sponsor with the Girl Talk Sports Talk podcast. Our sponsorship opportunities offer you a unique chance to connect with our dedicated fan base and community. Let us help you elevate your business name and reach new heights. Contact Melina or Mikayla today to learn more about how you can get involved and make a lasting impact. Join us and watch your business thrive.
Good Monday morning, everyone.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is
Eh,
Monday morning, and we are ready to kickstart your week.
Yes, but first and foremost, how was your weekend? I know you're up in Dallas hanging with the grandbaby.
Yeah, so number one, it was Kimber's 11th birthday weekend, and
Mm-hmm.
so DFW was the place to be, and it was a amazing time. Got to spend some time with my daughter and son-in-law, and then we went to a dinosaur park, dude, a dinosaur museum. And
Interesting.
if you follow me on social media or on Snapchat or things, okay, so I'm going to have to get all the details together, but it's a dinosaur park. It's a dinosaur museum at a local college in Keene, Texas. And I believe it's called Southwest University, Advent University. And I'll find out exactly. But they have real dinosaur artifacts. Like their that is what their school does. Take
That's cool.
people they take people in the summer. These there's a fancy name for it. It was way above my head. But they go out there and they go to Wyoming and they dig into the ground
Mm-hmm.
and
Like an
um,
archaeologist.
but it's not an archaeologist. It was not an archaeologist. That I would have known that name. It was something else. But this is what this was really cool was
Mm-hmm.
my granddaughter and her friends got to clean real
Fossils.
art real dinosaur fossils.
That's
And
cool.
so I was like a 5-year-old in that place. I didn't think I would. My granddaughter Kimber, she loves dinosaurs, and
Mm-hmm.
so I would definitely encourage people that go to Dallas Fort Worth for vacations or whatever to look it up. It's really super cool. So it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend because your Longhorns won, which
Mm-hmm.
was not good for my Michigan. My Go Blue lost.
Sorry.
It was good for my Sooners who won,
Mm-hmm.
but it was bad because we went down a notch and I don't even understand all of that.
And we went up one.
And y'all went up one. Y'all are number two. We're number 15 in college.
Hook 'em
Whoop.
horns,
And
baby.
then, oh, I don't know about all that, but I'm just saying, congratulations against the win on blue. I will go against that. And then, and then Dallas won their home. No,
Opener.
I'm sorry. No, it's not home opener. It's their first game of the season because they didn't
Okay.
play in Dallas. They played in Cleveland and they beat my Browns. So my number one and two teams, my number one team won. So I'm very happy about that. It was a gorgeous weekend.
It
How was it
was.
here in Corpus? How was it in Corpus?
Oh my goodness. It was like nice weather in the morning, even like kind of throughout the day, yesterday and Saturday. It was like not hot and humid. It was like Texas, it was like South
Fall,
Texas fall. I was like,
fall,
"Oh my God,
fall,
this is
y'all.
the best thing ever."
That's the way Dallas Fort Worth was. It was breezy in the mornings, fall
Mm-hmm.
weather, and then sunlight and all of that, but not
Mm-hmm.
hot. I
Yes.
went I got to go to Kimber had chosen a hibachi, and I had never really been to a real hibachi place like that. And that was so fun.
I
Like
love
I
that the
felt like
11-year-old chose hibachi.
She did, yeah. She yeah. And she knew exactly what she wanted. She loves that place. Evidently, it's her favorite place. And our little, I call him Jose. That's not his name. I don't know what his name is, but little Jose was great. He was a good, you could tell that he loved his job and loved doing what he did. But
That's good.
it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend. It was a good football weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a good weekend. And now
That's
we are
good.
on Monday morning facing the week.
Yeah. Um, I will say, going back to the Longhorns and Michigan game, um, Michigan fans were all over Twitter saying about how astonished they were that so many fans, one,
Yep.
how great the Longhorn fans are, but
Yep.
how many showed up to like Ann Arbor actually. Like it was a
Yep.
healthy mix of burnt orange versus yellow and blue.
Yep.
And I was
Yep.
like, heck yeah.
But
So
that's true. That's true college football fans. Like
yeah.
that. I mean, football fans are football fans, but college, when I mean, that's how you know the definition of a team is being
Mm-hmm.
defined is how far their fans will
Oh yeah.
travel to go and see them. So
Yeah. So it's crazy.
good for the Longhorns, and I
Oh
don't
yeah.
say that very often. Trust me, I don't, especially going against my big blue. But it is what it is. Um, Next year or the next year or something.
But yeah, so it was exciting. Um, and then I'm trying to think of what else happened this weekend. I
Did you
did
go to
not,
Art Walk?
I did not, and I did not go to the home and garden show because one Saturday was my grandparents' 50th anniversary. So we were like in Senton from 10 a.m. to I left there at 11 p.m. So I was in Sinton all day. And then
What were you doing
Sunday,
in Denton all day?
so
Hanging out?
like, no, for my grandparents' 50th anniversary. So they basically like renewed their vows.
Oh, but doesn't that give you hope for love and all of the things? 50 years. You're, you're,
No, it does. It does. But so we like, first of all, my aunts and my bonus mom and little star decorated in the morning and everything and got ready at the hall with our grandma, my grandma, their mom. Um, and then we went to like mass, which I went and I'm gonna tell you, first and foremost, it was all in Spanish. And so I literally just sat there so like lost, absolutely lost. Um, and then we went and had a reception. And then Sunday, I got so stinking sick. I don't know if it was the food or the medication I'm on mixing with the alcohol. So Sunday, it was bad. And then I spent like 4 hours building my mom a new bed and taking apart her old one. So that's basically what I spent Sunday doing. So I like had no time.
oh my goodness. Well, congratulations to your grandparents on 50 years. That's awesome. In
It is.
today's world and
Mm-hmm.
in today's standards, that's really cool. It is
Yeah.
cool when you hear about that. It's cool when you hear about 10 years these days. It's cool when you hear
Yeah.
about 20. I mean, anything past 10, you're doing
Something right.
you're doing something right. You may not even
Yeah.
be looking at each other, but you're at least doing something right because y'all are able to figure it all out.
Yeah.
So, well, good. Well, yes, it
Yeah.
was a busy weekend. Girl, we've got a
Mm-hmm.
lot going on this week. Number one, they're talking about a tropical storm coming.
My deal with these dang tropical storms is they will say that it's coming, and then all we get is a little rain and a little wind, and everybody freaks out. Like, y'all,
Right.
we've had worse in Corpus. It's just
All
rain
right.
and wind. Roll up your car windows, you're fine.
Yeah, I think it's always good to be prepared. I think
Oh,
you should
yeah.
always have a plan. I think that you should not um always wait till the last minute, but I definitely believe that um caution needs to be taken, but not overload, if that makes sense. It's like, okay, make sure you have everything in place, a plan in place, everything that needs to be done can be done, but You don't need to execute anything until we're getting closer.
Well, my also problem is everyone panic buys everything and nothing. Well, the last couple of times we've had like a lot of wind and rain, I will say that. Um, but like they panic buy. And so then like I've gone shopping before just because like regardless if it's a tropical storm, me and my mom will stay here. But I can't like find like the just not even like basic necessities. And it's not like stuff that, oh, I can use this for a hurricane. It's like just regular groceries because people panic buy.
Right, right. No, I agree. I agree. So just a weather alert if you're listening this week.
Yes.
Pay attention, be prepared, have a
Yes.
plan, don't freak out, all of the
Gas up your
things.
cars, all that fun stuff.
Yes, gas up the cars.
I
Gas
will
is going
say.
down though, speaking of that.
I got mine for 269 yesterday.
Are you out of your mind? 269. Are you out of your mind? I can't wait till it goes back down to $1.99. Are you out of your mind?
I don't know if it's
That
gonna happen anytime soon.
I you know, stranger things have happened. I mean, like the Longhorns beat Michigan, I'm just saying.
That's not that strange. That is not that strange.
It is, you know why? And this is what's funny in real talk. National champions last year. They just
Mm-hmm.
got knocked off. You know what I mean? It's like, no, how good are y'all? Really, is that league better than the Big 12, or did the Big 12? Because SE, I mean, yeah, because they were Big 12,
Mm-hmm.
so they moved up. Now we're in the SEC, and so it
Heavier
all,
hitters are in this league.
yeah, yeah. So it was very good. Um,
Sorry,
what else?
back to that game real quick. Luke Hughes was in attendance to that game, so that was kind of exciting. Luke Hughes plays for the New Jersey Devils hockey.
Her
He
hockey moment. She made
my
it.
hockey movement because he went to U of M. But
Okay.
now he plays professional. And he was at their home opener game on Saturday. So I was like, oh look, we crushed y'all.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh.
Okay, well, I think we need to talk about the other thing that happened this weekend was real quick before we go to our sponsor is Dak. Did you hear about Dak's contract that he signed right before the game that came out? The
No.
He signed a 4-year, $240 million contract. Yes, you heard that right. 240.
My jaw just should dropped.
So
For
that's
four
probably one
years?
of the yeah, that's probably one of the reasons. And he's guaranteed like it's like some astronaut 214. Like he's guaranteed this amount. 214
That's
million.
that's
Million.
insane.
Million.
That is crazy.
So hopefully that them winning was what our money's going to get us. What Jerry Jones's money's going to get us, because that's a lot of money.
That is a crap ton of money. I don't even think there's been an NHL player that has ever gotten that much money.
Oh, I doubt it. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to minimize what NHL players do. What I'm saying
Yeah.
is, it's just yeah, $240 million. It was announced before the game, so that's
On
crazy.
Okay, so the I just Googled it. The highest contract in league history was done by Alex Ovechkin, who plays for the Washington Capitals, and he signed a $124 million deal.
Okay,
Um,
so double that.
yeah, so back in '08, and it was a 13-year deal.
There you go. Is that not crazy? Is that not
That is
crazy numbers?
insane.
That's wild numbers. That is the kind of numbers that you can say, I would like Chick-fil-A delivered every day. I would like Taco
Yeah.
Palenque delivered every other day. I would like, it would be like Just whatever you want. And I'm not saying that's what I would want, but whatever, you wouldn't have to worry about DoorDash fees or any of the favor fees or any of the
Mm-hmm.
nothing. 240 million. So
That's
today,
crazy.
so today on Monday, September 9th, when everybody's at work, I want them to think about what they would do with 240 million. That's my challenge to people today.
That's it's still so insane.
You're a little speechless, I can tell. So,
Yeah.
just saying. So let's take a break real quick from one of our sponsors and give our sponsors a moment to talk, and then we
You
will
good
come
over
back.
there?
Yeah, I'm good. I am so good. Are you 18 and over? Are you registered to vote? If you're not, the general election takes place on November 5th, 2024. The last day to register is October 7th. Please find out more information to make your voice heard at www.votetexas.gov.
Okay, so this next segment, we are going to do our mental health moment for the podcast, and it is titled Taming the Inner Critic.
Okay, but we also want to give everybody warning. We're not trying to trigger people and we are not mental health experts, but we do
We
deal with our own
do not
mental
have
health.
license for this.
So, we like to give everybody that little prenup to it, just so that you know
Mm-hmm.
that we're just advocating for people to talk about it and to identify that it's okay to talk about it. So, what are we talking about on our mental health moment today?
So we are going to be talking about negative self-talk. Face the facts, we are our own worst critics. I don't care who you are, how great your life is. Everyone talks negatively about themselves and to themselves. So that can be like constant self-doubt, thinking you're not good enough, comparing yourself to others, just treating yourself horrible. Um, and I know for me, I struggled a lot with this, like growing up, and then so in the last like 2 years maybe that I've kind of changed on how I talk to myself. And I feel like it's been kind of a huge impact on my mental health, but also just on myself in general. It's given me a lot more confidence. Um,
Mm.
so we kind of want to talk about a couple different ways to address the negative self-talk when you start to realize that you're doing it to yourself.
Well, that and you're right. We all do it. We all talk negatively to ourselves. And one thing that I've really focused on the past 4 and 5 years is if I wouldn't say that to a friend, why am I saying that to myself?
And that
If
is one way to address it.
Yeah, that is something that it took me a really, really, really long time to learn that the same grace, and I think I've said this to you before, the same grace I show others, that it's okay to show myself that same grace.
Yeah.
And it took me a really, really, really long time because we are negative people by nature. We are ones that want to social media allows us to look at reels of
Mm-hmm.
people's lives. And I cannot tell you how many times I've had to tell somebody they feel like they know me, they feel like they know my life at that current moment. And I will always look at them and say, don't allow social media to dictate what you think's going on in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Because social media is a reel for everybody. They show people what they want to show people, right? Good or
Yes.
bad. So maybe you see somebody on social media being really negative all the time, but yet and they're doing all these things, so you automatically assume that's the way that they are, right? Because it can work both ways. But then
Yes.
behind the scenes, you're like, where does that person come from that's on social media? Because you are not
Mm-hmm.
this person in real life. And then it's vice versa. You can
Yep.
see these people in real life. And I'm specifically thinking about a couple of people as we discuss this, that they are so positive on social media. They are so enlightening on social media. they are so warm. They give you the warm and fuzzies on social media. You meet them in person, you sit down at a table with them, and you need to sage yourself when you leave from them because it's not real. It's
Mhm.
not who they are. So negative talk can happen at all levels, number one. And number two, it's what we allow ourselves to be told because again, you are your own worst critic. And some people will say, well,
Yes.
she's too cocky or she's too arrogant. And I've been told, Melina, you think you're all that. No, you know what? I have to believe in myself because I can't depend on other people to believe in me. If I can't believe in myself, how am I expecting others to believe in me?
Mhm.
And that's not an easy habit to create. It's very hard, especially as women, because we look at people, you know, I've seen you do it. Does this look okay? Does this look okay? What about this? What about that? And it's like, what is
Mhm.
it that you feel confident in it? If it makes you feel 200% confident, it doesn't matter. But it's that negative self talk that we talk ourselves out of.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, yeah, so if you wouldn't say it to a friend or a loved one, don't say it to yourself. Point
That's
blank.
key. You're so
Um,
dumb. I don't tell my friends that. I might be like, you're crazy girl or whatever, but I'm
yeah.
teasing. But I would never say, "Ugh, you're just so dumb. That is so
Yeah.
stupid." If I
Yeah.
wouldn't tell somebody else that, why would I tell myself that?
Yes. And not to say like if your friends want your opinion on like clothes, don't let them walk out of the house looking ridiculous. Don't say like, "Oh, that's ugly," but don't let them walk out of the house looking ridiculous. I'm sorry. Be a good friend.
Yeah. 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 Not
Um,
everything is for everybody.
mhm. Um,
Some things only pertain to big girls, some things only pertain to little girls. I mean, it is what it is.
yeah.
And those times, and I've been guilty of it, that I have been at an event and I am sitting there telling myself I am not good enough to go and talk to somebody.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, hold up, wait a minute. What are you doing? No, I am good enough to go talk to
Yeah.
that person. So the other thing about that is who we surround ourselves with also impacts how we talk to ourselves.
Yes. Our environment, whether it's the people or the things in it, definitely impact it.
Yeah.
Um, and then when you're having those negative thoughts, definitely try to replace it with positive ones. Try saying, "I'm enough," or "I'm doing doing my best." Um, Try to almost do positive affirmations. Um, to
You
kind of
is kind. You what is that? What is
the line I can't
I
remember.
can't remember. Someone's gonna say it while they're listening to this. You is kind, you is not something. I can't remember, but it's always yes,
Yeah.
it's affirmations. And it's okay. You know what? If nobody tells you you're beautiful, you're gonna laugh. And I'm telling one of my secrets. But if I say, "What is my name?" to Alexa, your name is beautiful.
That's cute.
So at least I have someone to tell me I'm beautiful.
That's cute. No, and I mean ultimately at the end of the day, like you are gonna be like your biggest cheerleader. Like
You
you
have to
are
be.
gonna be the one, first of all, even if you're married, you're the one talking to yourself as soon as you wake up. It's not your spouse, it's not your child, it's not your sibling, it's not your parent. You are the first one that you interact with, whether it's looking in the mirror or whatever. Um, and so we have to make sure that we are going about our day making a positive impact on ourselves.
Yep. So my other challenge today is
Hmm.
if you're listening to this today or in the future, I want you to create a pep talk audio. And I know that I've talked to you about this before, Michaela, is that a lot of
Hmm.
times when I'm having a deep discussion on text, I don't want it misconstrued or misunderstood because we always read tones when we
Hmm.
read a text. So I will send it voice memo. Like I'll send an audio saying, "Hey, I don't know where the confusion's coming in. I just want you to know this. So my challenge to people is I want people to send a voice audio pep talk and share it with your besties, your favorite girlfriends, your sisters, your aunts, your cousins, the important people in your life. I want you to kick off this Monday or kick off this day when you're listening and send a voice audio pep talk to somebody that needs it or doesn't need it. Because guess what? When you get those kind of messages, it makes you realize how lucky you are to have
Yeah.
people in your life that care.
And I'm just gonna add one thing to that. Write down your wins, no matter how big or small. If it's waking up, write it down. If it's brushing your teeth, write it down. Making your bed, putting clothes away. I know laundry is my biggest struggle,
Ooh,
especially honestly, my room is the biggest struggle when I'm not feeling in the best mood. And it reflects it. So if my room's a mess, my head's a mess. Um,
that is
so
so true, Michaela. That is so true. I live by that. And doesn't matter how organized I am in my brain life, if and I struggle with this because
mhm.
everything else, if it's chaos, I can't function correctly. I
Mhm.
can't. Your space should be a safe
Yes.
space.
Yes. Um, but so write down your wins each day, starting today. So you took out the trash, write it down. You got, a good grade in college in your schooling, whether it's college or high school, whatever, write it down. And then that way you can go at the end of the week, you can look back and be like, wow, I had a lot of wins this week. Versus, oh my God, this week was horrible.
Yep. Always count the good stuff. Always count your blessings. I always say that. Count the good things going on. And if you count the good things, it will always outweigh the negative, no matter
Mm-hmm.
how you look at it. No matter, even if you've had, and this is horrible to say, even if you've had a death in your family unexpectedly, there, although it's a hard time with that loss or that grief, you
Mm-hmm.
still have more to be thankful for than what the loss is, even though in that moment, in that time space, it doesn't
It
feel as
feels,
though,
yeah.
yeah, it does not feel that. And speaking, sadly, I know we're gonna transition over to this, but speaking of passing and death, Johnny didn't
John,
aren't they having they're having a memorial service or something?
yeah, so if you haven't heard, Johnny and Matthew Goodrow were unfortunately killed last week due to a drunk driver. And Johnny was a pretty big person in the NHL community. So the family has agreed because of how much of an impact both of their sons had made that they're actually live streaming the service today for all fans to watch live starting at 10 a.m. Mountain Time via the Calgary Flames website or the app.
Okay.
So it's a pretty selfless
It's going to be a
thing.
very somber. It's going to be, oh, that's going to be a hard one. I'm going to have to
It
be
is.
thinking about
Um,
you on that one.
it is. But to do that, I feel like is very selfless. To allow the fans to grieve with the family. Um, and it was really, really sweet. Katie Gaudreau, who's their sister, who was supposed to get married the Friday, after they had unfortunately passed. One, she had pushed a wedding back, but she had just posted on her social media that I'm gonna start crying. She added an addition to her wedding ring. And so it has Johnny and Matthew's initials on the inside of her wedding ring.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Um, so it's gonna be a rough one for everyone watching. Um, but it will be live streamed if you feel the need to go and remember them that way.
Are you going to
Watch
be
it.
watching it?
Unfortunately, no, because I will be at work.
Are you recording it?
Yeah, I'll record it and go back and watch it. Probably when I come home. Uh,
Yeah,
but
that's going to
yeah.
be a tough one. That's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
tough one. And again, I am sorry. I know that it hasn't even begun to heal for the journey for the fans or the families. This is just like the beginning of the end to try to begin that healing.
Yeah. And I
And
will say the Blue, Columbus Blue Jackets um won. I actually don't know if it's their social media side or the NHL side. Because there's 33 days left until they start their season. So every day they're posting one of his goals, one of his 33 goals. Like a
wow.
highlight, yeah.
Right.
But also they have taken like the memorials that were have been left outside this stadium and everything and have kind of put it in a permanent place in the arena for fans to go and walk past.
Wow. That's probably a
Yeah,
really emotional. That's a really emotional. It's really
but
emotional times for hockey fans. It really
it
is.
is.
And the families. And I may just have to watch it myself just to be able to understand the impact that these players had on the sports world in the hockey world.
Yeah.
So
Um,
another big thing gonna switching over, transitioning over. Another big thing that's gonna be happening this week is the good old great debate is gonna happen on
oh
Tuesday night.
yeah. Uh,
Our world is crazy. I'm just going to leave it at that. Our world is crazy right
mm-hmm.
now. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. Doesn't matter. I think that we're all better together. That's my personal belief. I think that we all have similarities more than we have differences. That's my personal
Mm-hmm.
belief. I think that we all want the same thing more than anything, and that's peace on earth and in America and all of the things and what that looks like. But yes, the great debate will be on Tuesday. I'm kind
Mm-hmm.
of waiting to see how that all goes. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
really am. It's definitely gonna be one where people need to order their popcorn
Mm-hmm.
with the salt and the butter because it's gonna be interesting. We're in very very hard times right now. No matter what you think, we are. It just it is what it is. So yeah, that's going to be another item on live
On
this week.
on the list. And then real quick, still about sports. Hunter Davis Woodall,
Why do I know that name?
because it's Tara Davis Woodall's husband.
Okay. Yeah, from the Paralympics.
He won gold. So
Even
they
after we
so
shot
they both won gold in their races.
respective in their respective races.
Yes.
And here you said he wasn't even going because he got COVID.
I'm sorry.
See? See? And he said, Nope, I'm going.
And
That
I'm
is
showing up.
amazing.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy. That's another love story. Like that's a power couple. When you think about that, when you
No,
think about a
100%.
power couple, that is, and especially if they turn around, which I'm assuming they will turn around and use it for so much good
Hmm.
that it's just that makes me happy.
Yeah.
That makes him being sick when we thought he wasn't going to show
We
up.
thought it was gonna to run.
Yeah, wasn't going to be able to
Yeah.
compete. So that's a good thing.
Yes.
Congratulations to
No,
him.
100%. And it was really cute because he also ran straight for her after he ran. He won. So, just a good wholesome love story to round about the episode and to head into the rest of the week.
I love it. I love it. So the only other thing before we check out, I know that we've got a busy week ahead of us, but
Mm-hmm.
on Thursday night, I'm sorry, Friday the 13th, West Side Business Association, because this week kicks off Hispanic Heritage Month, September 12th.
Mm-hmm.
And so West Side Business Association is hosting an event um at the Heritage Park on Friday night from 6 to 11. They're going to be featuring a band, uh, at the Hunnell Band that will be playing, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's free event, open to the public, food trucks, vendors, mariachi, all of that. So look it
Very,
up on
very
Westside Business
nice.
Association if you have any questions. But we have rounded out our time. So this is Melina.
And this is Michaela, and remember, sports are for girls too. If you know of a female athlete going into their senior year of high school and would like to see them be recognized for all of their hard work as an athlete, on Girl Talk Sports Talk, please email girltalksportstalk@gmail.com and send us the information, and we will reach out to you.